All right, folks, I think this is video number 7, if I'm not mistaken. Some of you have sent me comments and information or questions about your dog is at a certain age, normally between 7-8 months old and 18 months old, and all of a sudden the dog's starting to change and you're starting to see a scarier side, and the dog's starting to glaze over and have this look that you're not comfortable with, and is starting to go after family members now and then. You asked me, is it something you should worry about? Absolutely. Absolutely. If an average dog owner is noticing that glaze that dogs get over their eyes sometimes when things aren't right, that's a problem, because it's probably much worse than you think already. And normally when a dog starts maturing 7-8 months old up until 18 months old, it's usually around that time where it happens, okay? And if you have a powerful breed especially, you better be extra careful. And if there's children in the home, then you don't take a chance. The child's safety, the family's safety has to come first. Let me tell you a little story that hits very close to home here. You know, I'll tell you about my own family member, my brother. He had a pit bull, okay? Pit bull was a puppy, lived downstairs in my dad's house with Bear, the German Shepherd, that I took in, I talked about earlier, right? And they used to play. They were best pals. When I went home to visit one time, I did not like the playing and the things and the habits that were going along. And I told him, I said, you guys need to stop this. This isn't smart. It's going to be a problem. Well, my dad said, well, they're best buds. It's fine. Not going to be a problem. I said, okay. I said, you're going to have a problem. And then they make fun of me. Oh, here we go, the dog whisperer. Okay. Well, we'll fast forward here real quick. One day that changed, and that got into a all-out killer fight. My dad was there alone. He was able to get the dogs separated, had to throw one in the pool and get the other one in the house. So now they lived with a sign on the door letting each other know if one was in the yard. That's how they lived until I took that dog. Okay? So that became a real difficult situation. They couldn't be near each other. All because the habits were allowed to take place when the dog was young. One Christmas, my brother came down. He was starting to worry about the dog. He was full grown now. I told him, bring the dog down. I'll take a look at him. We'll work with him. I had my dogs at the time, including my dad's dog, the German Shepherd he fought with, and I think 3 other dogs. I think I had 4 dogs. I worked with the dog. I took the dog out with my dogs. He did fine. He did fine. He never acted up with me, but I didn't like the look he had. And he had that look in his eyes that made me very uncomfortable. And I told my brother, watch this dog. Something's off. I don't like what I see. And my brother again said, oh, here we go. I said, I'm telling you, I'm a little worried. Please be careful. So my brother goes home. I don't know how long after this happened, but one day my brother goes home, and for some reason, I can't remember why, but thank God he left his girlfriend and his baby daughter in the car. He went in the house by himself. And my brother said as soon as he opened that door, he knew there was a problem. And that dog came, and he came hard for him, and that dog tried to kill him. I don't mean just bite. He tried to kill him. My brother is 6'1" at the time, probably 280, 290 pounds. Big, strong guy. Thank God. He had to fight for his life. It was bad. At one point, he tripped. The dog went for his throat, and this was a very muscular, powerful pit bull. And the fight was on. The only thing that saved my brother is at one point he picked the dog up and threw him across the room and was able to get outside, lock the dog in the house. Okay, but he was in bad shape. He was in really bad shape. He was in the hospital for a while. When the police showed up, the animal control showed up, that dog snapped like 3 catch poles. Okay, don't know how they finally got him under control, but when my brother finally got out of the hospital and went back home, there was blood and meat and all kinds of matter splattered all over the walls. It was an ugly scene. Okay, this is something that was in the newspaper. My grandmother saw it. You know, it's a big traumatic thing. That dog could have killed him if he would have had his daughter with him, or his girlfriend, they would be dead. He would have killed one of them, all right? So when you see a dog with that look in their eyes, you take it very serious, especially when it's a power breed. When it's a power breed, you have to take it extra serious. I'm a big pit bull fan. I love pit bulls. It's my favorite dog to train. I've talked about it. They're beautiful, wonderful dogs, okay? But when you get a dog and you have no idea what its background is, where it came from, that's an issue. Why that dog did that, I don't know. It doesn't matter. It matters that he did it. And it could have been devastating, you know? I saw the pictures of my brother in the hospital. It was really bad. It was a bad situation, you know? And it's not the first time I've pointed this out in dogs. I've warned people before. And unfortunately, each time I've been correct. You know, when you've been around dogs and you're really in tune to dogs, you know what that dog has inside through his eyes. You just know. You know, my wife has been around dogs a long time and loves dogs. But when I tell her, you know, Luca's not doing well, or Bruno's not doing well, she says he looks fine to me. You know, I see that the average person doesn't see that. And every time I've always been right. You know, I've gone to the vet before. The dog's not feeling well. They do all kinds of checks and everything's fine. No, the dog's, something's wrong. The dog's not right. Every time there's something wrong. We find it eventually. So being able to read dogs is a tremendous, tremendous benefit. And at the same time, you have to take someone serious when they see something like that. So when you folks are shopping around for dog trainers, you guys got to find people with some real experience, guys. Not people that talk about experience, people that have been doing this for a long time with a proven track record, okay? Listen, I love Tony Robbins. I love Tony Robbins. But Tony Robbins can't train a fucking dog, okay? You don't need a motivational speaker. You need someone with a proven track record of training dogs. It's really important. Because when you're dealing with a dog like that, excuses don't count. When someone gets hurt, it doesn't count. I worked another case not long ago. I told you guys about it. We talked about it. I did a video, I think the dark side of aggressive dogs or something. You know, this dog was at another training facility where I'm at, went away for human aggression. They did some pretty bad shit to this dog. You know, strapped an e-collar on the dog, put the dog on a training table, got the dog to act aggressive, and then lit the dog up. That dog came back pretty fucked up. Really fucked up. Okay? Really fucked up. What I told the people was the dog did great with the training once I started. I didn't know the history, but once I started, the dog was doing well, but I could see something wasn't right. And I asked the owners, I said, did you see any of the training with the previous trainer? And they said, yeah. That's when they told me what they did with this dog. And I couldn't believe it. I was appalled. So basically, this dog was doing well with me, but it was waiting for something real bad to happen. Okay, really bad to happen. Now, in that household, only one person was totally comfortable with this dog, and it was a big, powerful dog. Okay? Everyone else had some fear of this dog. That was a problem. But yet the dog was doing great in training and everyone was making tremendous progress. And then they called me one day that the dog took the one person it was always tight with, never had a problem, the only person that didn't fear it, and pinned her in the corner. Pinned her in the corner, showing his teeth, wouldn't let her move. That's bad, guys. That's really bad. They weren't exactly sure. I believe it's because the dog was laying on an area rug and it was chewing the rug. And so I think that dog just probably saw that rug as a possession, and when that person came too close, it let that person know you can't have this. And see, what had happened at this point was I could tell the people were scared and they called me for advice. They were talking about, you know, do we need to put the dog down? And I was very honest with them. I said, here's the deal, guys. I've seen this dog. Even though it's doing absolutely tremendous in training and as happy as could be when I come to the house, it's not right in the head. The things that you're telling me are scary. It's really scary. And when you have someone that's asking your advice on something so important, you got to be honest with them. And they felt like bad people because they were even thinking about putting this dog down. And what I told them is they are not bad people. They are the best kind of dog owners you could ever ask for, because they gave this dog more time than most people ever would. They put all their time and money into it. They did everything that they could. They did everything that I asked of them. Even though from the start I told them this, you know, may be a problem, let's see what we could do. The dog wasn't right. There was something wrong in the head, and they made the choice to do so. And I told them, I think they need to hear me say it. I said, if you decide to put this dog down, it doesn't make you a bad person. This dog would have been put down a long time ago. You did everything you could. I know, I saw you. You did everything you're good. You're tremendous, tremendous dog owners. But I think you know what you have to do. And that's all they needed to hear me say. And so they did what they had to do. And then they went and got a new puppy. They did everything right. And now everyone's happy, and they have the greatest dog they could ever ask for. Okay? So you folks that asked me about that look that they get in their eyes, should you be worried? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because if you're noticing that as an average dog owner, that's a problem. Okay, guys? And any dog can do a lot of damage. If you get a big, powerful dog, the damage that it can inflict on a human being, especially an elderly person or a small child, is you don't take that chance. Okay? You don't take that chance. Get yourself a good dog and put your time into creating a good dog. Learn from your mistakes. Doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you someone who didn't know any better. All right? We learn from our mistakes. But please, please be careful when you see that look, because it's out there and it exists and it's pretty common. All right, folks? Peace.